Welcome back to the channel, where today we uncover a hidden treasure hiding in plain sight: the Washington quarter dollar. This everyday coin, often ignored and spent without a second thought, has produced some of the most valuable and exciting rarities in U.S. coin history. From rare mint marks to unbelievable minting errors, certain quarters have shocked collectors by selling for massive amounts at auction. In this video, we're going to reveal the top 2 most valuable United States Washington quarter coins, along with other rare varieties that could turn your spare change into serious money. Make sure to watch till the end, because you might already have one of these coins without even knowing it. So let's get started. First up, the 1987 Washington quarter with the D mint mark, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but has captured the attention of collectors and auction houses alike. While millions of these quarters were produced, certain circulated examples have become surprisingly desirable due to subtle details, condition factors, and collector demand. If you've ever wondered whether that old quarter in your collection could be worth more than 25 cents, then this is the story you don't want to miss. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, and it has remained a staple of United States coinage ever since. By 1987, the coin was firmly established in everyday circulation, produced in large numbers at different mints, including the Denver Mint, which is identified by the D mint mark. The 1987 D quarter was part of the copper-nickel-clad series, meaning it was no longer made of silver as earlier versions were before 1965. Despite being a modern coin, the 1987 D quarter holds a unique place in numismatic history because uncirculated mint sets were the primary way to obtain pristine examples that year, making high-quality coins more sought after today. The 1987 D Washington quarter features the classic left-facing portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, with the word "Liberty" above and "In God We Trust" to the left. The date, 1987, appears below the bust, along with the small D mint mark indicating it was struck in Denver. On the reverse side, the coin displays a detailed eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. What makes certain 1987 D quarters unique are subtle variations such as strike quality, luster, and surface preservation. Coins with fewer contact marks, sharper details, and better overall eye appeal stand out significantly, even if they have been lightly circulated. Additionally, rare errors like off-center strikes, doubled dies, or die cracks can dramatically increase the coin's value. At first glance, the 1987 D quarter does not seem rare because millions were minted. However, what drives collector demand is the difficulty in finding high-grade examples, especially those that have survived circulation in excellent condition. Since many collectors relied on mint sets rather than pulling coins from circulation, fewer high-quality pieces entered the market naturally. Over time, circulated coins that still retain strong details and minimal wear have become increasingly desirable. Furthermore, error coins from this year are particularly scarce and can attract intense interest among specialized collectors. This combination of limited high-grade survivors and the possibility of rare minting errors creates a strong and steady demand in the collector community. In circulated condition, most 1987 D Washington quarters are still worth their face value of $728,000, especially if they show heavy wear. However, coins in better circulated grades, such as extremely fine or about uncirculated, can fetch anywhere from $728,000 depending on their appearance. When it comes to uncirculated or near-perfect coins graded by professional services, values can rise significantly, ranging from $728,000 for high-grade specimens. The real excitement comes with error coins or exceptionally well-preserved pieces, which can sell for $728,000 or more at auction. In rare cases, coins with unique minting errors or superb grading have reached even higher prices, making them true hidden treasures among modern coins. For collectors looking to find valuable 1987 D quarters, the key is careful observation and patience. Always examine coins under good lighting and magnification to spot fine details, surface quality, and possible errors. Look for coins with minimal scratches, strong luster, and sharp design features, as these characteristics greatly influence value. It's also wise to store coins properly in protective holders to prevent further wear or damage. If you believe you have a high-grade or era coin, consider having it professionally graded, as certification can significantly increase its market value and credibility. Most importantly, never underestimate a circulated coin. You might just have a rare gem hiding in plain sight. The 1987 D Washington quarter proves that even modern coins can hold surprising value under the right conditions. While many of these quarters are still common in circulation, certain examples stand out due to their condition, rarity, and unique characteristics. For collectors and enthusiasts, the thrill lies in the hunt, the possibility that an ordinary-looking coin could turn into a valuable collectible. Next up, the 1960 D Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it may look like just another 5-cent coin that has passed through countless hands, especially in circulated condition. But don't let its worn appearance fool you. Some of these nickels carry a fascinating story and, in certain cases, can command impressive prices in the auction market. Let's explore why this small coin continues to capture the attention of collectors around the world. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, honoring Thomas Jefferson, one of the most influential figures in American history. The coin replaced the Buffalo nickel and has remained a staple of U.S. currency ever since. The 1960 D nickel was struck at the United States Mint facility in Denver, indicated by the small D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. This period marked a time when coin production was increasing rapidly to meet economic demand, resulting in high mintage numbers. However, even within large productions, certain coins stand out due to quality, preservation, and unique minting characteristics. The obverse of the 1960 D Jefferson nickel features a detailed profile of Jefferson facing left, along with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1960. On the reverse, you'll find an image of Jefferson's historic home, Monticello, along with the inscriptions, "E pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents," and "United States of America." The small D mint mark appears to the right of Monticello. In circulated condition, many of these design elements may appear softened or worn down, especially on high points like Jefferson's hair and the steps of Monticello. However, coins that still retain partial detail, particularly visible steps or sharper lettering, can be far more desirable to collectors. The 1960 D Jefferson nickel was produced in large quantities. True rarity emerges when you consider condition and quality. Most coins from this year entered heavy circulation, meaning that well-preserved examples are relatively scarce. Even circulated coins can become valuable if they display unique traits such as die cracks, repunched mint marks, or doubled dies. Collectors are especially interested in nickels that show what are known as full steps on Monticello, even in lightly worn condition. The demand is driven by the challenge of finding coins that combine age, condition, and distinct characteristics, making even a common date nickel feel like a rare discovery. In general, a typical 1960 D Jefferson nickel in circulated condition is worth more than face value but usually remains modest in price, often ranging from $3 million to a few dollars depending on its condition. However, the story changes dramatically when a coin exhibits special features. Era coins or those with strong details can sell for $3 million or even over $3 million. High-grade examples with exceptional preservation or certified full steps can reach several $3 million or more at auctions. The market value ultimately depends on a combination of rarity, visual appeal, and collector demand at the time of sale. If you're hoping to find a valuable 1960 D Jefferson nickel, the key is careful observation. Always check for the D mint mark and examine the coin under good lighting. Look closely at the Monticello steps, as clearer steps often indicate a better strike. Pay attention to any unusual markings or doubling in the lettering, as these could signal valuable mint errors. Even circulated coins should not be dismissed too. Some of the most valuable finds come from coins that others overlook. If you believe you have a rare example, consider having it graded by a professional service to confirm its authenticity and maximize its value. In conclusion, the 1960 D Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how even a small, circulated coin can hold hidden value. While millions were minted, only a fraction stand out due to their condition, detail, or unique characteristics. For collectors, the thrill lies in discovering these rare variations and understanding the story behind each coin. Thanks for watching, And don't forget to check your pocket change, you never know what treasure you might find next. Next up, the 1965 United States Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark, especially those found in dirty or heavily circulated conditions. While many people overlook such coins because of their worn and dull appearance, collectors know that even the dirtiest coin can hold surprising value, sometimes turning an ordinary find into an extraordinary payday. The Washington quarter has been a vital part of American currency since its introduction in 1932, honoring George Washington. The year 1965 marks a turning point in U.S. coinage history. Due to rising silver prices and a nationwide coin shortage, the composition of the quarter was changed from 90% silver to a copper-nickel clad structure. At the same time, the United States Mint made the unusual decision to remove mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967 in an effort to reduce hoarding. As a result, all 1965 quarters appear without a mint mark, adding a unique historical significance to these coins. The 1965 Washington quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. The inscriptions, "Liberty" above, "In God We Trust," to the left, and the date, 1965, below complete the design. On the reverse side, a bold eagle with outstretched wings clutches arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. In dirty conditions, the coin often appears darkened, with grime, discoloration, or uneven toning covering its surface. While this may reduce its visual appeal, it can also indicate long circulation and authenticity. The coin's edge reveals its clad composition, often showing a copper core sandwiched between nickel layers. Even in such conditions, certain details like lettering or outlines can still be identified, which is important for collectors evaluating its potential value. At first glance, a dirty 1965 quarter might seem common, especially since millions were minted during that year. However, rarity is not just about how many were produced, it's about how many have survived in collectible conditions or with unique characteristics. Coins from 1965 are part of a transitional era, making them historically important. Additionally, error coins from this year, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or incorrect planchets, are highly sought after by collectors. Even dirty coins can hide these rare features beneath their surface. Because of this, collectors carefully examine such coins, knowing that hidden rarity can exist even in the most overlooked pieces. In general, a standard 1965 Washington quarter in dirty, heavily circulated condition is worth around its face value of 25 cents. However, the value increases significantly if the coin has identifiable details, better preservation beneath the dirt, or unique characteristics. Some coins in slightly better condition may sell for $9 million. The real value emerges when rare errors or unusual features are discovered. These can push prices into the $9 million range or more. In exceptional cases, rare error coins from 1965 have reached auction values of several $9 million depending on their uniqueness and demand among collectors. If you come across a dirty 1965 quarter, resist the urge to clean it immediately. Cleaning a coin can actually reduce its value by damaging its surface and removing natural aging. Instead, carefully inspect the coin using proper lighting or magnification to look for rare features such as doubling, misalignment, or unusual textures. Storing the coin in a protective holder can help preserve its condition. Consulting a professional grading service can also provide insight into its true value. Remember, even a dirty coin can hold a hidden treasure if it carries the right characteristics. The 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark proves that value isn't always about appearance. Even a dirty, worn coin can carry historical importance and surprising worth in the world of coin collecting. It serves as a reminder that treasures can often be hidden in plain sight. Next up, the 1978 United States Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark, especially those found in rusty or heavily corroded conditions. While many collectors prefer shiny, well-preserved coins, there are cases where even a damaged or rusty coin can carry hidden value, intriguing history, and surprising demand in the auction market. The Washington quarter has been a part of American currency since 1932, created to honor George Washington. By 1978, the coin was firmly established in everyday circulation across the United States. During this period, quarters were made using a copper-nickel clad composition, introduced in 1965 to replace silver. Coins without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which at the time did not always include mint marks on its coins. Although millions of 1978 quarters were produced, their condition today varies widely, with many showing signs of heavy use, environmental exposure, and corrosion. The 1978 Washington quarter features the classic design by John Flanagan. On the obverse, a detailed portrait of George Washington faces left, with Liberty, above, "In God We Trust," to the side, and the year 1978 below. The reverse displays a strong eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows and olive branches. In rusty or corroded condition, the coin may appear dark, uneven, or discolored, often due to exposure to moisture, soil, or harsh environments. While true rust does not typically affect copper-nickel coins, corrosion and staining can create a rust-like appearance. These surface changes may obscure fine details, but they can also make each coin unique. In some cases, corrosion patterns can highlight underlying minting errors or unusual textures that are not visible on cleaner coins. At first glance, a corroded 1978 quarter may seem undesirable, but rarity in coin collecting often goes beyond appearance. While the majority of these coins are common, those with unusual characteristics such as striking errors, off-center designs, or rare die varieties can attract significant attention from collectors. Coins that have survived in extreme conditions may also carry a certain novelty, especially if they still retain identifiable features. Additionally, era coins from 1978 are much harder to find, and when combined with unique surface conditions, they can become highly collectible. This blend of history, condition, and rarity creates a niche demand that drives interest in the market. In most cases, a heavily corroded or rusty 1978 Washington quarter without a mint mark will be worth its face value of 25 cents. However, if the coin still retains clear details or has an unusual appearance, it may sell for $1 million among collectors. The real value appears when rare features are present. Era coins or unique varieties can push the value into the $1 million range, and in exceptional cases, even higher. Rare era examples in better underlying condition, even with surface corrosion, have been known to reach auction prices of several $1 million, depending on their uniqueness and collector demand. If you come across a rusty-looking 1978 quarter, the first rule is simple: do not clean it. Cleaning can damage the coin's surface and significantly reduce its collectible value. Instead, examine it carefully under good lighting or magnification to check for rare features such as doubling, unusual strike patterns, or off-center designs. Even in poor condition, these details can make a big difference in value. Store the coin in a dry, protective holder to prevent further corrosion. If you suspect the coin may be valuable, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service to determine its true worth. The 1978 Washington quarter without a mint mark proves that even the most overlooked coins can hold hidden potential. A rusty or corroded appearance doesn't always mean a coin is worthless. In fact, it might be the very reason it stands out. For collectors and treasure hunters alike, this coin serves as a reminder to always look closer at what others might discard. Because sometimes, even a damaged coin can tell a valuable story and possibly bring a surprising return. Next up, the 1995 United States Washington quarter dollar with a P mint mark, especially those found in black or heavily toned condition. While many people might assume a dark coin is damaged or worthless, collectors often see something very different in history, uniqueness, and in some cases, real auction value that goes far beyond 25 cents. The Washington quarter has remained one of the most recognizable coins in American history since its introduction in 1932, honoring George Washington. By 1995, the coin was still being produced in large numbers for everyday circulation using a copper-nickel clad composition. The P mint mark indicates that this particular coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which had resumed using mint marks decades earlier. While 1995 quarters are generally considered modern coins, certain variations and conditions have made them increasingly interesting to collectors. The 1995 P Washington quarter features the classic John Flanagan design, with a left-facing portrait of George Washington on the obverse. The inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date, 1995, are clearly visible, along with the small P mint mark near the date. On the reverse, the iconic eagle with outstretched wings is shown holding arrows and olive branches. In black condition, the coin often appears deeply toned, with dark gray to almost black surfaces caused by environmental exposure, oxidation, or long-term circulation. This toning can sometimes create a unique appearance, especially if the color is even or forms natural patterns. While some blackened coins may be considered damaged, others develop a collectible character that makes them stand out from ordinary examples. Although millions of 1995 quarters were minted, rarity comes into play when unusual conditions or minting errors are involved. Black-toned coins are not always common, especially those with natural and attractive toning rather than artificial discoloration. Collectors often seek coins that look different from standard circulation pieces, and deep toning can add to that appeal. Additionally, era coins from 1995 such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or planchet issues are highly desirable. When such rare features combine with unusual toning, the demand can increase significantly, making the coin more valuable in collector circles and auctions. A typical 1995 Washington quarter in circulated condition is usually worth its face value of 25 cents. However, coins in black or heavily toned condition can sometimes sell for $2 million, especially if the toning is natural and visually appealing. If the coin also has a rare minting error or stands out due to its uniqueness, its value can rise to $2 million or even several $2 million. Exceptional examples with both rare errors and distinctive toning have been known to reach auction prices of $2 million or more, depending on collector interest and overall presentation. If you find a black 1995 quarter, the first and most important step is to avoid cleaning it. Cleaning can remove the natural toning and significantly reduce its value. Instead, examine the coin carefully under proper lighting or magnification to identify any rare features or errors. Pay attention to the quality and pattern of the toning, as natural toning is generally more valuable than artificial discoloration. Store the coin in a protective holder to prevent further damage and preserve its condition. If the coin appears unique or unusual, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service to better understand its market value. The 1995 Washington quarter in black condition is a perfect example of how even modern coins can hold unexpected value. What may look like a damaged or ordinary coin could actually be a collectible piece with its own story and worth. For collectors and everyday individuals alike, it's a reminder to always take a closer look at your coins because sometimes, hidden in the darkest surfaces, there can be a bright opportunity waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos about rare and valuable coins. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest discoveries about coins that could be worth big money. See you in the next video.